you know,
Yeah.
unfortunately it happened to Magnum, and
Yeah.
what could have been with him on, you know, it's always going to be the big what ifs in the business. And
Yeah.
now, and here you
Yeah.
are, you're kind of, you know, not taking Magnum's place, but you've been inserted into that main event role now. You're a babyface, you're rolling with Flair again. Was there any talk about maybe putting the title on you at that point?
Not at that point. And I don't even know, honestly, looking back, that would have won. There in those days, there was so much pressure on whoever had that belt. Tons of pressure. People don't realize traveling. I mean, pressure from travel schedule. In those days, you had to travel to the Mid-South. You had to travel to Portland, Oregon, and defend the title. You had to travel to St. Louis. You had to travel to Japan. I mean, there was a heavy burden to bear with that title. And I still don't even, I don't know that I, you know, would have been able to have it at that point in time. I did, for the record, 2 times. Now, fast forward a little bit, and we can cover in between whatever you want. But when it was offered to me, because it was 2 occasions, I'm probably one of the only guys that said no.
Really?
Turned it down. It was after the death of my wife, Mandy. And the magazines covered that extensively, did a great job. And it was not long after her passing that Rick called me, invited me down to his house in Charlotte. We had lunch on his poolside. He said, you know, they want you back. And he had the book at the time. He was the booker, and said, come back, I'll put the belt on. It's yours. And I just said, Rick, I'm honored, but, you know, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. And I said, you know, and then he called me, you know, maybe a week, 2, 3 later, whatever the timeline was there, again, down again, offered it again. And I said, Rick, thank you, but you know, no, thank you. And so, yeah, that's like for real story. So.